What's going on, y'all? Welcome to a very special episode of Crew Talk with yours truly, Just JB, aka Yold Head, and
it's Chris Brandow, aka you like to call me Brandow.
There
Just
we go.
Brandow.
Yup. And we are on the road to WrestleMania. We told y'all we were going to have a very special episode, and that's exactly what we are doing. And you see the presentation here. We're very excited to bring forth this special episode to y'all. And you know what it is. Let's just get to it. Night one, WrestleMania. We're going to have our predictions. And with every match that we talk about, that's going to reference past occasions with like what happened this past week with Monday Night Raw and SmackDown and all that. So let's just get to it. Night one's going to open up with the Usos and LA Knight versus The Vision and iShowSpeed. That's going to be broadcast on ESPN for free. And, you know, what do you think about that match, Brando?
Well, I'm not excited about it. It's probably my match I'm probably least excited about, honestly. I think it's going to be fine for what it is. But again, another celebrity being shoehorned in with iShowSpeed. I'm not sure all the little kids will like it because that's who follows iShowSpeed.
Oh, my God. There's some adults that follow him, I guess, you know?
Yeah, but here's the problem. Here's my problem with the whole thing. It's another celebrity just being put in the match, and I get it. It's kind of, they had to pivot somehow because of, I don't think that was the original plan, honestly. I mean, I think the original plan was LA Knight to wrestle Bronson Reed. Right. Because they were, he had to get retribution for what happened to him, but then, Bronson Reed gets hurt, unfortunately. And then, you give the Usos the tag titles, and it's like, okay, fine, but why are they not defending them? Why are they not defending them against the Vision? They did that on Monday Night Raw. When they did that on Monday Night Raw, I was thinking to myself, there's something up their sleeve. It's gonna be they're gonna do something weird. I know they are, because why would they give that match away on Raw if that was gonna be the match of Mania? Right. So once they went through that, I was kind of like, okay, whatever. And I feel like Logan Paul and Theory need to get this W.
I agree.
I feel like the Vision has been kind of really on hold because of Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed being out. And with them being out, it's kind of like, okay, they got the tag titles possibly in the future, but I just don't see it happening.
Not to get too cliche with what I'm about to say right now, but with all the injuries the Vision's had, the Vision's been kind of blurry.
Oh boy.
But no, seriously, like it's been pretty rough with their injuries, and they're just kind of scrapping what they can and making this match happen. That's clearly what's going on with it, because not everyone's able to be back.
Right.
And yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the Vision really is blurry, as you say, because we don't know really what's going to happen when and if they're going to come back and form the Vision fully again. Maybe they'll go a different route. Who knows? But the thing that bothered me was like, iShowSpeed was like, no, I don't want to be in this. I don't want to be this. And then all of a sudden he starts wrestling for like a couple hours training. All of a sudden he's like all hyped up, ready to go. It's like, yeah, now I'm ready. It's like, really, dude? All of a sudden you're a professional wrestler and you're good to go. But I'll bet you what happens is in WWE world that iShowSpeed gets the pin on LA Knight. That's my prediction.
Oh my gosh. What did Knight do? If that happens, that's what I'm going to ask myself. What the hell? What the fuck did Knight do? Because damn, that would be crazy if that happened, Brando.
I agree, but you know what? This is the TKO era.
Oh man. Well, I think that first off, much respect to iShowSpeed. He's a beacon for the younger generation. And by the younger generation, I mean those who are, teenagers to, their mid-20s. And he's gone around the world and done a lot of amazing things. So I understand why WWE and TKO would want him involved. And he's been involved in past occurrences too, past events with WWE and Logan Paul. So I get it. But yeah, I'm not too excited about this match. I think we both, but it still opens WrestleMania, and it opens the party. It opens the Super Bowl for us wrestling fans. And I agree. I think the Vision wins. So really nothing. Really, is there anything else to say about that?
No, and it just goes to show that the Usos have, like, what are they doing with them? I mean, I guess they had nothing better to do. I was hoping for a good tag team title defense. I mean, they give them the belts, and it's like, oh, okay, man, here we go. And they're going to defend. I thought maybe possibly they were going to defend against the Hardy Boys, possibly come out.
That would have been sick. That would have been.
Have a relationship with TNA. That would have been awesome. I think Bully Ray on Best of Open actually mentioned that would have been a great idea, but here we are with I Show Speed and the Vision versus Logan or LA Knight and the Usos. So
right,
that's what we're stuck with.
Well, prediction number one, we got the Vision over LA Knight. The Vision and I Show Speed. Got to include I Show Speed, of course, over LA Knight and the Usos. The next match, y'all can see that I got Jacob Fatu, all gas, no brakes right here, taking on Drew McIntyre. Brandau, I'm super excited for this match. I think that they're going to tear the roof off the place. The stadium have a, yes, it has a roof. Yes. So there we go. Like, it's kind of like a partial roof though. But anyway, they're gonna tear the house down, and you know, I'm just very excited to see what happens. They've beaten the crap out of each other over the past couple weeks. I feel like Drew McIntyre has been a pretty consistent worker, and he's really been kind of the unsung hero on the main roster over the past couple years with his trolling and what he does online and just his overall heel gimmick and just what he does as a troll. And he's been pretty solid over this decade, and his comeback story was amazing. And then you got Jacob Fatu with his intensity, and I know you're a big Jacob Fatu guy. And when these two collide, I think it's just going to be an amazing encounter.
I agree. I think that the storyline they've been telling between them two has been pretty good. The hatred and the vitriol between the two is clearly shown on screen. And I think, you know, when you had the whole angle where Jacob got attacked, and they never really told you, Drew never really came out and said he did it. Mm-hmm. It was always just thought that Drew did it.
Kind of left it open.
They've kind of just never really gone back to it and clarified that he did it. It's just this assumption that he did it. So there you go. And who attacked Jey Uso? Was it Drew? When he laid him out too. So I thought maybe they were cooking something else there. Maybe they will. Maybe this is just to lead us to like something else down the line. But right now it's Jacob and Drew. And honestly, even if he wasn't the attacker, it just makes sense because they do not like each other. They keep on meddling each other's business when Cody was the champion. Or when Drew was the champion and Cody won it. So I love it. The unsanctioned part, this is what, I got a bone to pick with Dodie when it comes to this stuff. The unsanctioned part.
Why?
Because you don't announce the match is unsanctioned. When something's unsanctioned, it shouldn't be a match at WrestleMania. It's not sanctioned. So how do you have a match that's unsanctioned at Mania announce it? What would have been really cool if it wasn't announced, and everyone's like wondering, and then all of a sudden, like you see them fighting in the back, and then they're just fighting all through Mania. And then finally they're like, okay, well, but you're going to have a ref. So I don't know how that works, if it's unsanctioned, not sanctioned, or sanctioned. So
they're going to go all around the arena. They're going to go all through the audience. They're going to, it's going to be just a kind of like a throwback hardcore title match from like the Attitude Era. Probably. It's like, they're going to be just beating the shit out of each other. And they're both great. They're both really good, great workers, and they're going to deliver. I'm fine with either one going over, but I think Jacob Fatu's got to go over here. I like Drew. I would not mind actually if he went over, but I think Jacob Fatu needs to go over here. I think he wins. What do you think?
I'm kind of in agreement there, but I also think if Drew were to win, it wouldn't take anything away from Jacob either. And I think it would just extend the feud to Backlash, which I think they're going to do anyway. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Drew wins.
Okay.
Somehow Drew wins and beats Jacob. I think Drew needs this more than Jacob, honestly, at this point. But we'll see. But that's my prediction, actually. Okay. And I just changed it maybe like a couple days ago.
Oh, all right. Breaking news on Crew Talk. Next up, we have what I think is possibly, definitely one of my more anticipated matches especially in the past couple weeks. Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Valkyrie for the women's championship. And they have been beating the unholy shit out of each other the past couple weeks leading up to this. I said in a couple episodes ago that they have been stiffing the shit out of each other. For those who do not understand what that means, who are new to the world of pro wrestling, when you're stiff, that means those hits that they take are intentional and really hard. Like you're getting roughed up pretty well in that ring and in their encounters. That's what that means. And man, when Stephanie pushed Liv Morgan into Roxanne Perez, you saw if you looked at social media, y'all saw the bumps on their heads and everything like that. It's just crazy. This past Raw, Liv Morgan with her crazy eye, she's really done well with her crazy gimmick. And it just has gone up another level. And I think it's gonna be a pretty damn good match, and I'm pretty excited for it.
Yeah, I agree. This is one of the most, of all the matches, this is probably one of the ones I'm really looking forward to the most, besides a handful of matches. But Liv Morgan, something about her, especially recently.
Music video.
The music video, we'll get to that in a second. Just the way she has been presented to us in the past couple of years, she's really taken the ball and ran with it. I mean, when she first came in WWE, she was kind of like, it was like, oh, okay. And then, I don't know, I feel like once it all started with the Rhea Ripley feud, I believe. Once she had that feud with Rhea, she just exploded to me. And I think what also helped her was that when her and Dom, when Dom turned on Rhea and Dom was with Liv, and they started doing all this stuff on social media, people really appreciated both of them. But Liv has really grown as a character, and I think she's just comfortable with who she is as a character. And they always say it's an extension of yourself. Well, I mean, there you go. And I think that Liv, when she does finally get her shot at Mania this year, I think she's going to win. I feel like it makes sense. So yeah, that's my take on Liv. Monday night, we saw a side of Liv that really needed to happen because it felt very serious. You're like, okay, this is all. They're done.
She was unglued, man. She was unhinged.
Yes.
It's pretty kind of scary, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved it. I thought
bloodshot eyes and shit.
I thought that was
crazy.
pretty cool. And I also thought that later on in the night we had the video. Great. I love the video. Someone said there was a song, but I didn't hear any song singing. And then it was like, oh, it was Liz Morgan sang. I'm like, oh, cool. But I kind of just was staring at the screen too long, I guess. I don't know. But so yeah, well, she's got a very good sex appeal and she knows how to use it. And I feel like that's part of her character. People love her. She's also got a great personality in terms of, like I said, social media. I feel like she deserves to win Mania, and I think she should get crowned as the champion this time around.
Wow. All right. Well, just to talk about the music video, I felt it fit her character perfectly. It was obnoxious. It was ridiculous, but in all the best ways. And I loved it. It was more of like a SMH laugh that I was having with it because it was just so over the top, but it just fit so well with what she does and her character over the past couple years, especially with during her tenure in Judgment Day. I think Liv wins too, but I want to give props to La Primera. She has been killing it, and you know damn well it's going to be a good match. She's a great worker, and honestly, if we're wrong and she wins, I wouldn't be mad about it. I think it would add to the feud. But I think it's time for Liv Morgan, who was injured, and that's the reason why she doesn't have the championship anyway. She gets her title back and continues on. I think Stephanie will be all right. She's one of those workers where she'll be completely fine in the next feud or whatever happens over the next course of the year. So that's my take on that too.
Yeah, and Stephanie again, she's been awesome, like you said, and it's funny. Last night I was watching NXT. If you didn't catch it, Bourne threw a little quip in there in his promo saying he was going to go home and have dessert, and everyone knew exactly what he was talking about. That lucky bastard, him. So that's,
Woo! All right.
that's just, I
Is
I
what
was
it
like,
is.
yeah, I was like, oh, good for you, buddy. Good for you.
Oh my God. So next up, we have another women's match: Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee. And we're coming off talking about Liv Morgan versus Stephanie. I'm way more excited for that match than this match. I feel like somehow, some way, AJ Lee, who made a triumphant return and back in the 2010s was one of the premier divas, women's wrestlers on the roster in general, actually. She was really over, especially when she was going between, and when I mean going between, I mean like being just the middle of the conflict between Daniel Bryan at the time and CM Punk and all that, and her being the manager. Really entertaining stuff for that era back then. For someone coming back into the fold, and then she takes on, Becky Lynch, the man, probably the most popular women's wrestler of the last 15, 20 years. You can argue ever. Some people argue that ever. Well, some people would argue ever rather. And, Sports Illustrated says she's the GOAT. She didn't just say it. Sports Illustrated said it. So, as she likes to say. But somehow, some way, it kind of got lost in the shuffle for me compared to other matches. And I think it's just, I don't want to say it's throwaway, but compared to other storylines and movement on the card, I'm kind of just like indifferent about this one. How do you feel about that?
I feel the same, actually. It's funny you say that because, and I think part of the problem is AJ Lee not being on TV every week and helping build it. Becky's been carrying most of the feud, honestly. And some of the segments that AJ Lee have been taped backstage, you can tell. And it's like, okay, well, is it because she's just not really that good as we thought, maybe? And I'm going to say something controversial that people aren't probably going to like.
Uh-oh.
No, I think AJ Lee was good back in her day, but I think these women now are so much better athletically and just better wrestlers. And I don't think AJ Lee can hang with some of these wrestlers now. I know you're shocked at that, but I think about it. When she came aboard, she was coming aboard when there was the Divas era, and everyone was like, oh my God, but she was refreshing. And this, I'm not taking anything away from her. She can wrestle, but she can't handle the Becky Lynch or Charlotte Flair or Tiffany Stratton or Liv Morgan even, honestly. I really don't believe that. I really believe that. I don't think she can. And I think it shows in her some of her matches she's had. Now I get ring rust and everything, but
You think she's been passed by? You think they all passed her by?
yeah, and she's older now and she hasn't wrestled in a while. And you can say what you want, but that's just how I feel. And I think honestly, maybe it isn't as controversial. Maybe a lot of people agree with me. I would love to know. So if you think so, give us a comment on our Instagram page and let us know what you think about that.
Damn. I think that AJ Lee has done a pretty solid job in her comeback in the ring, and I would just like to see more. I'm not ready to go that far, but fair enough. You're welcome to your take and welcome to your opinion. But damn,
I will say this:
damn,
people love nostalgia until it gets old, just like nostalgia it does. And
man,
honestly,
the youngins that watch this that get hold of this are gonna love that comment.
I get it, but I don't know. And honestly, I'm indifferent to the match too. Becky should win and get the belt back because, big time Beck or whatever she is now is awesome. I love her character as a heel. She's played when they first tried to turn her heel against Bianca, it didn't work. It just didn't work back then. Over. Now she comes back at Mania. She turns on Lyra, and it was off to the races. And she's been great ever since. And yeah, I mean, I was one of them people that doubted Becky for a while. I was like, I don't know how good she really is. She had that moment where she had the bloody nose and the iconic scene. But like after that, I was like, okay. But no, she's completely proven me wrong, and she is definitely. If we're gonna name Mount Rushmore women's wrestlers, you'd have to put her on that Mount Rushmore possibly. Now that's how she's carved that stone in there. She's etched her name into that conversation.
Fair enough, especially as one of the bigger stars too. If you want to look at it from that angle.
Yep.
So are we both in agreement that Becky Lynch takes it here?
Yes, I believe Becky wins.
Okay.
Where that leaves AJ Lee afterwards, who knows? But she can have some feuds with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's exactly what I think too.
All right. So yeah, we got Becky Lynch winning that match. Next up, we have the Irresistible Force, Nia Jax and Lash Legend versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria versus the Bellas versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. What do you think about that match?
So at first, when they announced this match, I figured this was the match they were putting together. I wasn't that excited for it, but they've done a pretty good job in building this up through the weeks. You know, I look at it like with Becky Lynch, and I'm not Becky Lynch, the Bellas. They're just there because of the Bellas, and I really, really, really hope WWE doesn't do something stupid.
Don't do it.
Put the titles.
Don't give them the titles. And by the way,
Please
it's for the Women's Tag Team Championship. Didn't say that in the beginning, but yes.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't give it to the Bellas. Respectfully.
I think the Irresistible Force needs to retain. They just crowned them a couple like a month and a half, 2 months ago.
And Lash Legend is a dominant force in the making.
I think what they should do with this is have them go on another run till up to SummerSlam, and then maybe they lose it at SummerSlam, and maybe that causes friction between Nia and Lash, and then you have a built-in match there, and you make Lash a star, having her go after not beating.
I like that.
Nia. Now, if they do take the belts off of them, I wouldn't mind seeing Bayley and Lyra win the belts. I think that would make sense to me. They've had a long story, especially leading up to last year's WrestleMania, where Lyra was supposed to have a tag partner in Bayley, and she got attacked. Unbeknownst to us, we didn't know what happened.
Yep.
And Becky came to save the day, but then we found out the next night on Raw it was Becky who did it, and then she took her frustration on Lyra, and they dropped the straps the next night on Raw in Vegas. So, yeah, I think this could come full circle. They finally get their moment. They win. If they do win, though, they do not need to pin Nia or Lash. I think that protect them. I think pin the Bellas. No one to care.
How about pin Charlotte?
Sure. I think, that's another thing we got to talk about. When Charlotte was last year at this time, Mania against Tiffany, she was getting booed out of the building. Everyone hated her. It just was one of the things where people are tired of Charlotte.
Y'all have heard me talk about this. Y'all have heard me say about Charlotte. It's nothing to do with Charlotte's talent. We know that she's one of the best ever. You can argue she's the best ever. I get it. But she was around that damn title way too much. And sorry to interrupt, I just have to say this. I don't want to go on a tangent here, but I just want to say this right quick. I'm just happy that she has gone off away from the main event and that damn title for a little bit. And I think it served her really well to be with Alexa Bliss. Notice that the crowd has been way more welcoming to her, and overall and it's been a more entertaining angle. We know damn well she's going to get back to the title. It's only inevitable, but for now it's been a really good space for her, I feel.
Yeah, this has done wonders for her. People are cheering her. People are wooing again.
Exactly.
She's also taken some pins, eating some pins. Like I think she took the pin last night, right? Against Bayley. I think Bayley pinned her, or did Lyra pin? No, Lyra pinned her because Bayley swept her leg out from under her. Like, awesome. That's great. And I feel like keep it going with Alexa. I think it's working. Eventually, something's gonna come to a head, or maybe they just go their separate ways, and there's no hard feelings, and they decide like we're gonna. Because you can't hold Charlotte down for too much longer. Where it's
inevitable. Yeah, she'll be back.
Honestly,
she's getting
they kind of teased the match between her and Jade when everyone thought that was going to be the Mania match. I thought that was going to be the Mania match. I was kind of surprised when that wasn't the Mania match, and Rhea won the Rumble, and here we go. Like, oh no, Rhea didn't win the Rumble. She won the Elimination Chamber, right? How did she?
I think. Yeah.
That's right. Liv Morgan won the Rumble.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. We should know that. She kept on touting it on the greatest.
She's the greatest Royal Rumble winner of all time. Just quoting Liv Morgan there.
And honestly, sorry, Liv. I didn't mean to forget that. My bad. I don't want her coming after me. She's fucking crazy. So sorry again. But yeah, let's see where this goes. Charlotte and Alexa winning the titles will be interesting, but I don't think they're going to go down that route.
I would like Lash Legend and Nia Jax to retain here. Have a very entertaining match. A lot of close calls, but they just escape. I wouldn't mind that at all
Yeah.
in terms of who goes over here. So that's my prediction.
Yeah, loss is not the Bellas.
So your prediction is not the Bellas. That's all. Yeah.
My prediction is Lash and Nia.
Okay.
But my hope is I'm fine with anybody but the Bellas.
Okay. Anybody but the Bellas. Next up, we're going to start to get into some more, matches that have some leading up that could have some domino effect here with future storylines. And this upcoming match has kind of been a little rushed, but at the same time might have some layers to it. And that is the Reign General, Gunther versus Seth Rollins. Gunther is now in cahoots with Paul Heyman, and Seth Rollins is hell-bent on getting revenge on Paul Heyman, even though last year he teamed with Paul Heyman and found out that wasn't the best idea. And obviously the injuries that happened with everything played a part with all this happening, but this is where we're at now. What do you think about it? Because I feel, the match is going to be good, but I'm wondering, I don't know who's going to go over quite yet, but maybe by the time you're finished with what you have to say.
I'll say this about the match. It was thrown together, but I think they had no choice because we obviously know the original plan was going to be Seth versus Braun Breaker.
Exactly.
Braun Breaker gets hurt. They're kind of, like I said, the whole vision angle got completely screwed over by these injuries. And, the only person that made sense for them to have put in this match is Gunther. Gunther has been running through people left and right, retired John Cena, sent AJ packing. He's the career killer, destroyed Dragon Lee. I think the original plan was for Gunther to go against Rey Mysterio. I think they had to pivot because of the injury to Braun, and they're like, well, who the hell's going to fight Seth? Seth's ready. We got to have Seth on Mania. We can't just at least Seth off Mania. That'd be crazy. And who else was going to be? They weren't going to put someone from the Vision in there, and I think that's why we have the Vision tag team the way it is now because of that situation. So with Gunther, it made sense because he wants something in return. We've seen it. He helped Heyman against Seth, and I think it's brilliant storytelling if they do this correctly. And I think what they can do is have Gunther beat Seth, but help with Braun Breaker because I think Braun Breaker is probably going to return.
It's a rumor that he's ready to go or like really close to ready to go, and wouldn't be shocked if he made a little bit of a appearance.
So I can see this leading to obviously, Gunther versus Brock because he's going to come to Heyman like, hey, you owe me more than a thank you. You know what it's going to be? It's going to be he owes him a favor, and we know all about Paul Heyman and his favors.
Yep.
And SummerSlam, you get Brock versus Gunther, and the swerve would be Heyman turns on Brock, sides with Gunther, and the reason being is because of maybe what happens to Brock against Oba, and we'll talk about that for night 2. And I'll touch upon that more with my theory on Gunther and what they can do leading up to Mania next year.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. Well, y'all know how I feel about Seth Rollins. I've said it about Seth Rollins in the past. I like how he talks about he splits his Mount Rushmore between megastars and draws and in-ring performers. For me, Seth Rollins is making it very difficult to decide about Mount Rushmore for in-ring performers because I think he's right up there with the best that I've seen. So I know damn well between Gunther and Seth Rollins that it's going to be a good match. So I guess Gunther probably will go over, but Seth is so good. He's in that, what I like to say, he's like that AJ Styles, that HBK air where like it doesn't matter if he wins or loses, he always will put on a damn good show and a damn good match, and he could be the best on any given night, but he could also lose on any given night, but he's going to give it his all. He's just kind of in that rarefied air with that. So I think Gunther wins, but it's going to be even though it was thrown together, I'm pretty confident it's going to be a damn good match. So
could steal the show.
Yeah,
like every other Gunther match does. People like to rag on Gunther for being boring. But that's people that doesn't understand professional wrestling, in my opinion.
Damn, you think people who think Gunther's boring don't understand professional wrestling?
1000%.
Why do you think that?
Because Gunther does everything right that a professional wrestler should do. He everything he does makes sense logically in the ring. His ring psychology is great. And the thing I love about Gunther is he doesn't have a finishing move. He can choke you out. He can beat you with a lariat. He can powerbomb you. He can splash you. Lately, it's been he's choking you out just because I think he's trying to embarrass people because he's trying to, send them to retirementville, but or make them quit. So, yeah, I know John Cena is going to be the guest host, so maybe there's something that happens there. But I kind of want to see them not go down that route.
You don't think they should? You don't think they should call? They should do a callback to the fact that Gunther retired.
They should
retired the GOAT.
The only thing I could think that they should do would be pretty cool is Cena's in the ring and he's like hyping it up. Maybe he's talking about the attendance, and as he's leaving, Gunther's music hits and they cross pass, and Gunther just looks at him and just smiles and laughs at him and Cena can't do shit about it. As Gunther's walking back to the ring, going into his entrance. Talk about a moment right there.
Damn. That would elicit a lot of boost. That would get heat too on route to the ring. Whew.
But yeah, I love Gunther. I've always been a fan of Gunther since his NXT UK days when he was Walter.
Yeah.
Gunther took a while to get. Now I'm so used to calling him Gunther, I couldn't even call him Walter anymore. It just doesn't sound right. So yeah, I think with Seth, he can take the loss, and Gunther can't take the loss. Like he's literally run through everybody. For him to lose to Seth wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, I hear that. Triple H has like really been strapping a rocket to Gunther as like a.
And the reason why you're building Gunther up for a bigger moment.
Right.
Again, I'm getting.
It's coming. We're gonna get there. So we both agree Gunther's probably gonna go over. Gunther will go over. That's our prediction for night one in that match. And now we get to the biggest match of night one and one of the biggest matches of Mania in general. Cody Rhodes versus
Pat McAfee.
Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton with Pat McAfee for the undisputed WWE Championship. And this match has got everybody riled up for all the wrong reasons. And as we saw, Pat McAfee turned heel and has aligned himself with Randy Orton. And now Jelly Roll's in the mix as Cody's friend getting beat up by Randy Orton and Pat McAfee. And the whole angle has elicited a crazy response from all walks of professional wrestling fandom. And I know that there's going to be a lot to talk about with this one. I don't even know what the fuck to talk about with this match right now. I don't know where they're going to... I don't know. It's y'all heard what we talked about in our last episode. The reveal of Pat McAfee as the guy on the phone, I feel is it's in the past almost 30 years, maybe the worst reveal. And I'm even saying it's, if you want to say Hornswoggle revealed as Mr. McMahon's like illegitimate son or whatever, like, okay, that was goofy. Like this, I don't know. This is pretty bad, y'all. I still think this is pretty bad. But with that said, I do want to say, I feel like Pat McAfee has said a couple of good things in his promos. I just feel it's the wrong person saying it. And I feel like they could have used anybody. They could have even had, it could have been Flair. It could have been Shane. It could have been Cowboy Bob Orton. It could have been Teddy DiBiase Jr. I just feel like this didn't land and it feels forced. And, unless there's a bigger picture that we've hinted at with this, but I don't know. I just hope that Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes have the opportunity to deliver a great match that I know that they can deliver. And that's where I'm at with it. I don't know if Cody Rhodes, who is whether people like it or not, basically the face of the company, or co-face of the company at worst with Roman Reigns. I don't know if you can have Cody Rhodes go back-to-back Manias with embarrassing losses that completely alienate his character and what has been built up to. But with how this has been booked, there's a possibility that could happen, and it should be interesting how it goes down. So I haven't quite made my prediction on this, but I would love to hear my co-host go the fuck off on what has been happening with this.
At least the Hornswoggle thing was entertaining. This shit is not entertaining. It's hot garbage. Every wrestling fan fucking hates it. It's you can talk to anybody in the industry, they probably hate it. TKO has no idea what they're doing. They're interfering with stuff they shouldn't be messing with. The Cody Orton storyline didn't need this bullshit. All they needed to do was teacher versus student, have a great story about how they have 20 years of history together. They could have done so much better. And I feel like, honestly, I'm sorry to say this, but TKO has made Triple H a yes man. Triple H is at the mercy of TKO and Ari, whatever his name is.
Ari Emanuel.
Ari.
Yeah.
I don't want to say his name because it disgusts me. So, yeah, honestly, then they had some shit where Cody Rhodes went to his studio today and destroyed it. Like, that's something Stone Cold Steve Austin would do. That's not something Cody Rhodes would do. And it just makes me fear that we're not going to get just Orton versus Cody. We're going to have McAfee
shenanigans. Yeah.
And honestly,
overbooking.
If it was just a run-in, I'd be fine with it. But I have a feeling he's going to be out there the whole time, distracting everything from really happening. And it's just hot garbage. And I don't think a lot of fans like this, but it is what it is. And we're stuck with this because this is what TKO wants. And they feel like Pat McAfee's going to drive ticket sales up for some unknown godly reason. And the problem with this is I don't even think McAfee wants to do this shit. I just don't know why he's even doing it, because you can tell he's wearing sunglasses, like probably because you can't see his face and how embarrassing this is. You can see it in Cody's face. Cody in the promos, how he's just like, you can tell he's reading body language and facial expressions. He doesn't like this shit. I'm sure Triple H doesn't like this shit.
No one likes this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But they got to do this shit.
I mean, listen to all the experts on the radio, like Bust Open, Bully Ray, Tommy Dreamer, everyone. They're all shitting on this hard and saying this is awful. Unless this is some big storyline where they're making TKO this evil empire that everyone hates, and they're handpicking some people.
And there's this giant obstacle,
to go against, the lovable characters of Punk, Cody, and like the business itself. Who knows? Because there's always that slight chance.
Too good of an idea, bro. Nah,
slight chance that the person behind this whole thing is, I hate to say it, the final boss. Because it would only make sense because he is on the board of TKO. So, but to put that in your back pocket and just don't even think about it, because it's not happening. They're not that creative. TKO is just panicking because of ticket sales, because they moved the show to Vegas instead of keeping it in New Orleans. And you have Pat McAfee pumping up ticket sales for 25% off. And it's like, no, and he's saying night one only. He's saying night two's going to be ass. Like, that's a great way to promote your fucking WrestleMania. Like, what are they doing? It doesn't make any sense. So
the argument could be made that it's definitely in a little bit of in shambles, leading up.
It's one of them things that's just like, I don't know. And the match itself will be great as long as Pat McAfee doesn't interfere too much, but it didn't need it. And it's just,
that's the thing. It did not need that at all, in my opinion as well. And you have Orton who's legendary over the past like 20 plus years. You have Cody Rhodes with his resurgence and everything. And they could have completely, the history behind them, they could have completely carried this feud by themselves with little involvement from other parties. And it is what it is. So what do you think? Do you think Randy Orton gets 15, or do you think Cody Rhodes retains?
Honestly, I don't know where they're going with this, because Pat McAfee.
Do you even care?
Saying, I love the match because I like Orton, I like Cody, I love the actual story they should be telling about it, but they're not. They're using some figurehead in McAfee to push ticket sales because they think McAfee is like this god of making money for them,
right?
Because he's got his own show on ESPN and all that bullshit. But no, I feel like Orton should get 15, but I don't know, because Cody again is good. What's he got to lose again? And Mania, he lost last year. He finished the story at 40. That's why I'm repping this.
He lost night one, and he lost WrestleMania 39.
Yeah, I don't know. The bigger question I have is this: is it more damning on TKO's confidence in Cody as the face, and that's why they're interjecting these stars because of, or is it maybe they're not sure on Orton? They're like, oh, Orton needs help. He doesn't generate ticket sales. I don't know what TKO is thinking. I don't think they know what they're doing. Obviously, they're treating it like they treat UFC, which is a big mistake. You can't just fuck with certain things in wrestling and expect it to be okay. So I hope we get a good match. I'd be fine with whoever wins. I like both of them. Orton winning would be cool, but McAfee keeps on saying, "Oh, well, I won't be if Orton loses. I'll never be around again." I just don't see that. He's too ingrained now in WWE lore, unless he has some kind of deal with. He's like, "Look, guys, I'm not gonna be able to be around anymore. I got too much going on with ESPN and college football, and I'm gonna be off the screen forever." Well, great, then that would be one of the things where like, thank God. So I'm hoping that's the case. If Cody wins, that means Cody wins. So either way, I'm fine with it. And again, I did plant that seed of a crazy swerve happening. But, you have all these celebrities involved. McAfee, last year's Travis Scott, I Show Speed. Who's the guy, the hype man for Trick Williams?
Lil Yachty.
Yeah, like we don't need all these celebrities included. I know WrestleMania's always had celebrities.
And influencers.
They've always had celebrities included, but not to this level and importance. And I feel like it's really messing with what WrestleMania should be about. And that's the two guys in the ring settling a score and drawing emotional connection with people. And it's messing up.
Pay off with storylines that are, all that.
It's messing with that whole situation now.
Yeah. So basically, TKO done fucked up and really just, made a little too corporate, little too corporate. This year. I think man, this is interesting because I would not be surprised if Orton won, but I'm like, damn, can your face of the company really lose that much? I just keep going back to that. Like, can he really lose that much? Cody can win and they can just write something off for Pat and he can just be back in a couple months. He can just go, he can go to the board of directors and get that changed if he really wanted to. If we want to cook that up, get it. But no, I think that, I think it's going to be a great match. And I think there's going to probably be some overbooking with it. And man, this is tough, man. I think I'm going to, I really don't know where to go with this, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's going to be
Cody wins. Unfortunately, I think Cody wins.
I think Cody has to win this. It's tough. I think Cody wins, but I would not be shocked. I would not be shocked if Orton wins the title before SummerSlam. And they kind of do. I know Triple H traditionally doesn't do like the hot potato with the title and all that. But he just kind of had Drew McIntyre have a brief reign and then Cody wins it back. Would it be that out of bounds to have Orton get a little bit of a transitional reign to get number 15? And remember, Orton is a Triple H guy.
Oh, my bad. I meant to say Randy wins. I think Randy wins, not Cody. You think
Orton wins?
Yeah,
I think Cody's going to retain. I think Cody's going to retain. But man, it's tough. This is a really close one. It would not shock me if Randy won, but I think can you have your face of the company really lose that much? Now, I will say it was a different era. You had Rock and Austin. A lot of people say Austin was the face, but there was a period where Rock was the co-face, if not face of the company. Let's be honest here. And he lost 3 WrestleManias in a row. And, then he went over Hogan after that because he was due a big WrestleMania win. And I'm just like, Cody's outside of while Roman Reigns has been part-time, Cody's been prepped up as that guy. And does it really make sense for that guy? And whether you love him or hate him, if he's your top guy, does it make sense for him to lose like that? That's where I kind of fall back on. And I'm leaning towards him retaining. And so I'm sticking with it. That's my prediction. So that's what we got for night one. A lot's gonna happen that night. That's gonna dictate, a lot of takes and a lot of content and just a lot of craziness for night one. We shall see what happens. So with that said, on to night two. And night two is going to open with a very anticipated match that everyone's been talking about. This match actually, in many ways, could be argued as feeling like the real big main event of WrestleMania, and that is Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. Lots to talk about with this one. Who go for it. There's a lot to say.
Okay. So with Brock and Oba, I feel like ESPN is a big platform to put this match on because everyone knows Brock Lesnar. I think this is our way of getting people familiar with who Obafemi is.
Who?
Yeah. The story build-up has been excellent. If you polled a lot of people and asked them what match they're looking forward to the most, this is on the number one. Here's a case in point. I'm sitting there, actually this morning, and my girlfriend, I was talking to her, and I was like, what do you think the most anticipated match of WrestleMania is? She didn't hesitate. She said Oba versus Brock. This is my girlfriend who is very casual viewer, doesn't think much of it. She's like, yeah. I'm like, is that what you're looking forward to? She said, yes.
That speaks volumes. And that's why ESPN that's who WWE, TKO, and ESPN want to get to. That right there. That's who they want to attract to the product.
Correct. The build-up's been great. The only thing that's been interesting is that Oba has gotten all the offense. Brock's barely gotten anything on him. It makes you wonder,
not good.
Is Brock going to win because of that? And
not good.
I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe something happens Friday night somehow. I know that they're not on there, but I doubt it. But then again, maybe WWE's just like, you know what? Let's make them think that. And everybody just is so good. He just runs through Brock. Just completely runs through him. Beats him in 6 minutes. We get a decent match. You're not going to go more than 10 minutes with them anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to have like a squash match. I think that would feel a little too forced for us. And I think we've been there, done that with Goldberg and Brock. And honestly, I hated it. A lot of people loved it. They said
I thought it was crazy. I thought it was awesome.
You loved it?
Going back back in the day now, 10 years ago almost that happened. I thought it was good shock value at the time.
Yeah.
It is.
I think it's just me. I can't stand Goldberg, so I was just like, ugh, yuck.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. But getting back to Oba and Brock, you have a chance to really make someone realize, damn, this guy's the future. I think he is the future. I mean, even you yourself said you were saying how great Trick Williams is going to be, but you've said you had to walk that back a little bit and say that you think Oba is going to be a bigger star now. The guy has everything. He's got the music. He pressed the hell out of me. He pressed the hell out of me on the mic on Monday night.
I was going to talk about that. The promo that he gave was so good, straight to the point, confident, and just on point. And I just thought, oh man, this guy has potential. I know he was in NXT for a while, which did him well, by the way. He has a lot of he has it. He has it. It's sometimes you can just see when something works and you're looking at it and it's like, yep, that's working. It's they got something with this for sure. Yeah, and I'm not sure he's going to be in the long run bigger than a Trick if Trick gets to his ceiling, but I said that what I was referring to is that he's over now. A lot of people you can just feel the momentum with him. Everybody is talking about him. Everybody's buzzing about this match, and it's definitely the most positively buzzed about match, arguably of Mania 2, by the way. A lot of people are anticipating it, and I just feel like this reeks of this gives notes of Kurt Angle in 1999 to 2000, specifically 2000. Brock Lesnar in 2002. In some ways, not exactly, but because I think many people would say that Obafemi is a better wrestler than this person, but Goldberg in 1998. Not saying that it's the same level, but I'm saying that like these wrestlers that are just in their first year are just bulldozing and just impressing and getting and just are really, really, really over in what they're doing. Kurt Angle was a heel at the time, but Brock Lesnar was like a machine, just bulldozing through everybody. Goldberg, and Oba just has it. And I think just to get more into the match, I think if I have a take. If Oba Femi doesn't go over Brock Lesnar, if Oba Femi gets pinned by Brock Lesnar, it is up there with some of the worst booking decisions in not only WrestleMania history, but professional wrestling history, at least in North America. It would be one of the worst booking decisions ever made, in my opinion. This is a case where they have another star in the making. He's 27 years old. Not that I really don't even care that much about Asian pro wrestling, to be honest with you, as I've said before, but you can legitimately make another, you can make another bona fide main eventer right here, right now. Pull the trigger. Oba Femi's it. That's my prediction. Oba Femi not only should win, he has to win. He has to win this match, I feel. Lesnar will be okay. Everyone knows Brock Lesnar is he's a machine. He's not going to lose any aura. He's not going to lose any of that stuff. It's Brock fucking Lesnar. He's going to be okay. Have him go on a rampage have him even beat Oba the next pay-per-view, whatever. But he cannot lose. Brock Lesnar cannot win and Oba cannot lose this match.
So
that's just how I feel. It'll be disastrous booking. Booker T, Triple H, which I'm still mad at to this day. I always complain about it. And some people, I get it at the time, but many people to this day will also say Brock Lesnar and Taker. It would be up there. It will be up there as one of the more controversial, head scratching booking decisions if Oba takes the pin on Sunday.
I'd agree with that, but I don't think it would be end of Oba Femi's career or anything like that. But
momentum wise, though, man, I'm just saying, man.
I get it. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Oba does go over. If they were, the only problem with this whole scenario is you have to realize that they're probably want to book Brock strong going into his last match.
Of course.
And if it's going to be a Gunther, then Brock losing to Oba might not play well into that. So
Brock Lesnar has gotten zero.
Let me ask
offense.
you a question.
Before you ask that, I was hoping, I think we were texting on the chat and just texting each other. I was hoping that Brock Lesnar was going to ambush Oba when he came out or something. When Triple H pointed to Paul Heyman, I was hoping that Brock Lesnar was going to come out from the other side and just absolutely destroy Oba, just so there could be some offense that he had. There has been absolutely zero offense, barely any offense by Brock Lesnar. And usually when that happens, that tells you that more often than not, that tells you who's going to win the match. So I'm a little worried about that, but I'm just gonna harken back to what I just said. They got something with this guy. They got the momentum. He's got the attention of the WWE universe and wrestling fans in general. He's got the entrance. He's got the strut. He's just showed he's damn good on the mic. He's impactful in the ring. He's got an over finisher. He's got an amazing entrance. He's not just an entrance. He's got the look. He's got the everything. The ruler, the nickname. I'm just going off, man. This is a no-brainer.
Okay.
Don't fuck it up.
I hear you. I agree.
How I feel.
So now, here's my thing. If he were to lose, right, I think it would have to be. There could be a couple of ways they could do this.
Right.
The one way, Gunther could play a role in this, and here's why. What if Heyman sends out Gunther to help Brock? Because he helped him with Seth, and he's like, help him. Brock gets pissed because he yells at Heyman about, why'd you do this?
I don't need help. Yeah.
But Brock wins because of Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
Setting up Brock to go to, or Gunther to go to Heyman, like, all right, that favor, I want Brock at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
This, in turn, pisses Oba off, where Oba goes on his crazy rampage trying to get back to where he needs to get back to. And then maybe it comes to a head somewhere down the road. I don't like that scenario as much because that, to me, it doesn't play well. I think the better scenario to me would be Oba running through Brock in 6 minutes, say 6-7 minutes. Gunther's still getting the favor to fight Brock at SummerSlam, supposedly for his final
in Minneapolis.
match.
Yep.
You build that up, and you have Gunther beat Brock, but you have Heyman turn on Brock. That's where Heyman could state the following night on Raw. After I saw the match with Oba, I knew it was time to pivot and pick a new person, a new Heyman guy, so to speak. And Gunther is the guy. Gunther goes on a tear, eventually wins the title. Oba's going on a tear. Have that be a lead up to Mania next year, and have Oba finally beat Gunther, who has not lost in God knows how long. You want to make a star? That's how you make a star, on top of what he does to Brock. Have him beat the unbeatable Gunther at Mania, and that'd be a hell of a match, man.
That's true. I hear that. And also want to add, I don't know how early bets go in, but he's already my odds-on favorite to win the Royal Rumble next year for 2027, Oba. But like he's for me, he's a monster favorite already. So
right, and just remember this: if Oba does win the Rumble and Gunther's the champion, there's the match, and you heard it here first. You heard it here first from me.
Y'all heard it.
I know we like the fantasy book. I just think it's fun. Now it could be something totally different. I could have a lot of egg on my face, but that's why we're wrestling fans. We love this shit.
Yep.
We love sometimes playing fantasy booker, but honestly, it would make a perfect sense, especially the way they book Gunther and the way they're booking Oba. It just would all fall on the place. And honestly, if you want, you could have Gunther join the Vision. God, that gives the Vision some credibility right there as well.
That would be really helpful because they need it.
Yeah, they need something because
they need something.
Right now, it's not it.
Yeah,
it's not. Austin Theory has fallen kind of flat. It's not catching on like people thought it would.
And Gunther would definitely give it.
And then you got Braun Breaker coming back, and then Brunson Reed. Imagine that that trio.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. But yeah, that's what I foresee happening there.
We'll see what happens with that, but I feel, I guess if Oba were to lose, they better protect the shit out of him. But I just think he has to win this. That's where I'm at. So that's my prediction: Oba Femi over Brock Lesnar.
Yeah,
Agreed?
Me too. 100%.
All right. The next match that's also going to be on ESPN is the 6-man ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship between Penta, Dragon Lee, Rey Mysterio, JD McDonough, and
Javon Evans and Rusev.
Javon Evans and Rusev. There we go. Yep.
Come on, he's bouncy. How do you forget that?
I didn't forget it. It's just like, it's a lot of people. Damn. So I just want to make sure. Yeah. Match is going to be like absolutely insane, and I think that could be everyone is going to be talking about this match. It's going to be a complete spot fest. Javon Evans is going to go nuts. He's going to do something absolutely crazy. I like that Rusev was a dominant figure this past Monday, because Rusev, when he came back, I don't know, he just kind of, outside of the matches with Sheamus, he's kind of like a little bit of a throwaway. And I'm happy that he just kind of showed that he's the Bulgarian Brute again and beat the shit out of everybody. So he's somewhat of a threat, in this upcoming match. I think it's just going to be absolute chaos. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to keep the buzz going right after Oba and Brock Lesnar tear the house down. And I see Penta retaining. I would love Javon Evans to win.
No, not yet.
But maybe not yet. Not yet. I think Penta retains in a crazy match, and he just escapes with it. And it just sells itself. It's totally panned out for it.
I agree. I mean, listen, this match is going to be fire. Steal the show? I don't know, because I feel like these matches are expected to steal the show. So when you expect it to steal the show, does it steal the show then? Probably not, but it might. Unsung hero, I'm calling it right now, JD McDonough. You're going to see JD McDonough excel to the heights that you're like, wow, this guy's really good. He's so underappreciated. I think he's going to be, he's a little small to become like a heavyweight champion, but I could definitely see him having a nice Intercontinental title run in his future in a couple months or a year down the road. Break him away, have a good feud with Balor after Balor's done with Dominic. I think it's one of Balor's students. I think that you build that up. Balor, helps push him along and makes him, a superstar because he deserves it. I love JD McDonough. Always have. I love him. He's just great. He's great. He takes some crazy bumps too. I mean,
oh yeah,
that bump he took. What was that? Was that? When was that? He was out for a while, and it was like, my God, like
he got hurt. He got hurt pretty bad.
It was good to see him come back, and I was like, oh, good. He's back. Good.
Yeah.
I forget, Irish Ace. That's what he calls himself.
Mm-hmm.
I love that name. The Irish Ace is a great name for him. But yeah, I think we're going to get a great match there. I agree. Penta retains. Javon Evans not ready to. I don't think. I think
the spot that he's going to do though is going to be probably replayed for a long time. Like
I agree,
it's going to be crazy. I just like in my mind when I think of like big Mania spots. Remember when the first Money in the Bank when Shelton Benjamin runs up the ladder, or obviously the TLC match when Edge spears Jeff Hardy. Like it's just that memorable. Javon Evans is going to do something fucking crazy.
It's just going to be really cool to see Mysterio and Penta in the ring together.
That's going to be cool too.
Yeah, like it's just going to be a great match.
It's going to be great with the with
Spot Fest, but
it's going to be
it'll be fun.
It's gonna be a spot fest, but if you're everyone out at their WrestleMania parties or just watching it, throwing back some beers or sipping your spirits and all that, or your non-alcoholics, whatever you drink, it's just gonna be a good time to just be watching the match and having a good time and enjoying pro wrestling. It's just gonna be an awesome spectacle. I can't wait for that match for sure. So we both agree Penta's gonna retain. Next up, your favorite. Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's Championship. I think Rhea is going to win, but I think I would not mind Jade retaining. I just think Rhea's going to win. Triple H loves Rhea. Rhea hasn't had the title. And I think Jade's going to surprise. I think Jade's going to surprise you, Brando. I think Jade Cargill is going to have a damn good match because of Jade Cargill, but obviously Rhea Ripley's going to help to carry her to a great match, to a probably the best match she's had. And I think Rhea is a great seller, and I think she's going to sell the shit out of the power moves that Jade is going to do to her. And I think the match could, I'm not saying it's still on the show, but I think that this match could definitely surprise some people.
I hope for Jade's sake you're right, because my thought is this.
Oh boy.
This is a match that before they put around that 6-man tag match was the match I was least interested in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because when Rhea won the Rumble, I was actually excited. I was like, oh, this is going to be a good match. I can't wait to see this match. It's going to be cool. But now I'm looking at it. I'm like, Jade just, I don't know. There's just something about her in the ring that I think it's her attitude, honestly, that's as a turnoff, because she said some things about using WWE to become more popular and not really caring about wrestling to a degree.
What did Tiffy just say? Tiffy just said that she's using the platform to go to Hollywood in a couple years.
Okay, well, same thing for her too.
Fair enough.
Where's Tiffy? She's not on WrestleMania, is she, this year?
Damn, that's true. Oof.
Yeah. What happened? But
Fair point.
I don't know. But this is sink or swim for Jade. Jade has to have a good match here because she doesn't. I can see the brass just getting tired of her. I'm like, yeah, she's not it. This is her moment.
This is her moment right here
to prove all the doubters wrong, like me,
mm-hmm.
that she's capable of having a good match at WrestleMania and making it.
So you think if she doesn't perform well in this match and if she flops in this match in the ring, that she goes from champion to obscurity eventually?
I wouldn't say obscurity, but I would say I wouldn't expect another title run anytime soon, if ever.
All right. Fair enough.
And I think Rhea does go over, as long as they have a good match. But there's another person I want to mention real quick.
Who?
Io Sky. Where the hell's Io Sky?
Oh yeah, that's
Io Sky should be. She was in a match last year that stole the show with Bianca and Rhea.
Yep.
And now she's just playing second fiddle to Rhea. And I think they're planting seeds. And it's either going to happen on WrestleMania night after Rhea wins in a celebration. Io's going to come down. You think she's going to celebrate and she turns on her. That will be great television.
You know, it is crazy that that would be crazy. It is crazy that who, by the way, I was saying for me was the wrestler of the year last year. I thought she was incredible. She had amazing matches. She has gotten the way she got herself over. That she she was just so damn good that the crowd just got behind her. She delivered like two classics with Rhea over the year. The triple threat at Mania and the match where Naomi cashed in. Classic.
Yeah,
I'm just
absolutely.
saying. Io had a damn good run in 2025, and she was my wrestler of the year personally. So she killed it. So for her to not be on a Mania card being such a talent, it is questionable.
There's definitely something going on there with Asuka, planting seeds, saying she's not your family, and then Io, and I could see the look on Io's face a little bit, like she's processing something. I don't want when she does turn. I don't want her to go back with Asuka though, because I think that's just that shouldn't happen. I think she just go on her own and like kind of just blame Rhea for everything that's happened to her in the past 6 months, and I think it'd be a great story to tell. At the end of the day, there's no friends in this business, and it's all about the title. It's very easy to do that route. They could have done that with Cody and Orton, but whatever. So yeah, I mean, I would look out for that. If you see Io come out to celebrate with her afterwards, just keep your eyes peeled for that, because I think you might see something like that happen. I hope I didn't spoil for people if that happens. But again, I don't have any inside knowledge. I don't know anything. This is just me spitballing and guessing what they could possibly be doing, because I just feel like Io to be left off the show altogether and not have any kind of significant role in Mania just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I agree. As you said, fantasy booking is a part of being a wrestling fan. So I love to do it, no problem. More often than not, sometimes you can be really on point. Other times you can whiff. It's a part of the game. So next up we have Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams, and this is a very interesting match. Lil Yachty has been involved with Trick Williams as a hype man, and that has garnered some criticism into the whole, are they overdoing it with celebrities at this Mania? Trick Williams, who, as Brand now said earlier, I was saying, he has it. They found their next megastar. Even though I said that right now they need to pull the trigger on Oba, Trick Williams is right. He's gonna be right there in the long run as well. In my opinion, and he's out there doing all the interviews. You go on social media, he's everywhere. He's just doing all the press, and this is an opportunity for him to win his first major singles championship on the main roster, and big moment for him. However, I actually don't think he needs to win this. He needs to win this match. I think Sami Zayn's going to win this match. Sami Zayn has always been this, painted as this underdog. They've been kind of teasing like him just being a good guy, go-getter, and kind of him going to the dark side a little bit, being a little more edgy to get what he wants. And I think this could be a good spot where that can happen. It's like I was just saying, I think Oba has to win, and all that stuff, and solidify him. Ironically, I feel that Trick is able, with his gimmick, when you have a flashy gimmick like that. I remember I was saying he's kind of like a mix between The Rock and Booker T to me. Those wrestlers, they could lose a match and still, they're so charismatic that it didn't matter. Like, the crowd's still going to cheer the shit out of them, especially The Rock. And Trick, he's still going to be flashy. He's going to still say, let's talk about it. He's still going to, have his entrance, and everyone's going to be saying, whoop that Trick. Essentially nothing really will. He'll just say he had a bad night and that he's gonna win the championship again if he loses. So I'm really not worried about him in this match. I think Sami Zayn is gonna go over.
I do too, and I feel like it's because there's a chance they can do something really cool here, where they could pull off the hardest thing to do in wrestling. That's the double turn. We've already seen signs of Sami doing questionable things, taking advantage of situations, but. Mm-hmm. But you know what? So did Cody when they were in a match. So he's probably like, oh, can't beat him. Might as well join him. So there's things with Carmelo coming at Sammy for, oh, you took this way out, but Sammy's like, yeah, but I think it's starting to show that Sammy's desperate to hold on to this title because he wants some relevancy.
Right.
And if they do the double turn and Sammy cheats to win, you got to kind of pull back on Trick and make him a little more humble, have more humility. I don't know if that's in his character, but he can do it to a degree. People are already chanting, whip that Trick. He's the heel in this situation. Little Yachty needs to go away. This guy is annoying as hell. He's no part of this. Like you said, Trick does not need a hype man. It's the same thing as, it reminds me of Swerve and what's his name in AEW?
Oh, Prince Nana?
Nana.
Oh, it's like, hilarious.
But Swerve doesn't need that. Like, these guys don't need hype men. Prince Nana's a little different because he's been with them since the beginning. They just brought this guy out of nowhere, and it's like little Yachty's here with Trick. It's like, why? It's stupid. It doesn't fit. Again, it's TKO trying to fit a square peg in a round hole.
Trying to get to the younger generation, man.
Well,
even though you can argue that, I mean,
maybe 10 years ago or 7 years ago, whatever, however long ago that guy was relevant.
you know, he has his audience, and I understand why WWE's trying to get at him for WrestleMania. I get it. But I get your point of view. I completely get your point of view as well. He's not, I don't think for this storyline, he's particularly needed for Trick Williams. But he has been shown in other, you know, being a fan and all that. And I can see the point of view of why Ari and TKO would want to go after him. Whether or not that's the best move, that's another discussion. I lean that it's not the best move, but I can see why they wanted, like, the audience that they're going for with this. I get it.
Yeah.
So doesn't mean I have to like it though. So that's how.
No, I don't.
So yeah, so that's how I feel in regards to that. So both in agreement that Sami Zayn walks away retaining the championship.
Yeah, I think he has to win because I think what you just do you build that need for Trick to win, and if you're going to do the double turn or you want Trick to get more sympathy on him and want more emotional connection, him losing to Sami by Sami cheating will just accomplish that and do it at Backlash, or you know, or maybe not. I don't know, but Sami just won the belt. For him to take him off that quick wouldn't really make sense to me. But maybe they took it off of Carmelo just so Sami could win it, and then Trick could take it off him. But I think that's the wrong move. I think Sami wins by cheating. I don't know what he maybe does something with the turnbuckle, pulls the turnbuckle off, exposing the metal steel in the corner, and that's how he wins. Could be a lot of things. He could do something stupid like Hulk grab the tights. I think that wouldn't be enough though. It has to be something like real shitty. He has to do the beat Trick, and then celebrate like he won the Super Bowl, but just be over the top with it. Yeah, and you're already hearing the boost for Sami. It's already it's already moving towards that way. It's do it.
Yeah, his underdog reign has kind of run its course, and I think it's time. It's time. So we'll see what happens with that. So that's our latest prediction. Next up, we've got the Demon, Finn Balor, versus Dominic Mysterio. And notice I said the Demon because they didn't save that surprise. They completely spoiled that shit. And just, you know, I mean, that all-time pop is like, that's negated because everyone knows that the Demon's coming out now. So that's just TKO.
Pop.
He still no. But if it would have been in the surprise, my God.
Yeah, instead of hearing Bowser, you still saw the lights go out.
You know what I mean? Like,
also shit.
Yeah, but it's still going to be a big pop. But I'm just saying it could have been even bigger. So it is what it is. I was going to say I feel sorry for him for Finn Balor, but he is doing a dream job, and he is an incredibly accomplished pro wrestler, and he's living his best life and living the dream that a lot of people are working hard to get to. So in that sense, I want to, you know, give some context into that. But I mean that in the sense that like he was supposed to be kind of like one of the main guys. Like when he won the first Undisputed Championship. Not first Undisputed Champ. You know what I mean? Won the
Universal.
Thank you, Universal. Thanks for correcting me. That's what I meant. The Universal Championship in SummerSlam 2016. But he got injured by Seth Rollins, and he had to relinquish it the next night. And ever since that moment, it hasn't quite been the same for Finn Balor. There was even a storyline, I think, last year where he was going for a championship, and it just didn't link up. And I'm happy he's been going back for it, going back in the title picture. And this particular moment with Dom and the dissension and Judgment Day, I think it's a good big storyline spot for him. and I'm excited for him in this match. But I just can't help but feel that like there's like I wonder like how big Finn Balor could have been if he just did not get injured in that match. They had that man. I always say this to the group. He went over Roman Reigns in prime Vince McMahon over pushing Roman Reigns, force feeding era Roman Reigns, and that man went over him clean on Monday Night Raw. It was time. They were strapping a rocket to him, and it just didn't happen because of that damn injury. So I'm always rooting for Finn Balor, and I think that I would like to see him win this match, but I think maybe it's got to go to Dominic. But I don't know. I'm kind of you
think Dominic's gonna beat the Demon?
Oh yeah, Demon coming back. I mean, he lost to Roman Reigns, but that was Roman Reigns, and it was stupid what happened with that too. Like the ring moved or whatever like that.
That was really dumb.
Like, so I don't know. I guess I'm jaded with like what's been happening with like some of the decisions that have been made.
So,
but okay, let me walk that back. Demon's gonna win. Balor's gonna dominate.
Oh, don't make me change your mind. You had
no. I think that it is the Demon. It is the Demon. It's a fair point. But I was thinking about like he did lose as a Demon before, so it's happened.
Yeah, I know.
But like, I don't know. I was about to say that I think like I'm kind of like, teetering here about like which one, but it's probably gonna be Finn Balor, but. I don't know. It's close. It's close to me. Okay. What do you think?
I do think it's going to be Balor, like I said. The build up to this match, I was really excited when they were, the little things that were dropping here and there. You could see like Balor getting annoyed by Dominic. Then they kind of went away from it for a little while, and they came back to it. They're like, then Dominic was getting annoyed by Balor because he wasn't kind of, and you could see Balor was turning, especially after the whole Punk stuff, that he was trying to do the right thing and, the noble thing. And then, when they turned on, I'm like, okay, cool. This is what we're getting at Mania. Great. Hopefully it's for the Intercontinental title. Then they took the Intercontinental title off of Dominic with Penta. And I was like, okay, well, like the feud doesn't really need a title, so that's cool. And we don't need it. But they kind of didn't really do much with it after that. Like, it's kind of just been like a couple of things here and there. And then Balor said, you're going to see a side of me you've never seen before. And we knew exactly what he was hitting at. So I guess WWE felt like maybe announcing it was like, let's play coy here. Let's not try to like fool our fans, but I still think it would have been cool if they didn't announce it.
Yep, totally.
And if it's for ticket sales, it's no one's gonna go run out and buy WrestleMania tickets and that just because the Demon's back. I mean, they might maybe like a quarter of a percent maybe, which is nothing. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the way they booked this in the beginning was good, and then it's kind of just one of them forgotten feuds where it's been so longly built for a long time with the Triple H loves to do that, slow cook things.
Yep. Slow cooker.
But this one was good. And I just feel like the last couple months of build up, it's been like, oh, we announced Demon. That's all. Okay, cool. Demon.
I know. For such a big moment.
Demon Dom. So I'm looking forward to it because I just like both wrestlers and I think it's going to be a good match.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think the Demon goes over.
All right. So, I said maybe Dom. I said maybe the Demon, of course. And I'm gonna stick with the Demon. Finn Balor wins. But I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked if Dom pulls it off. But I think they're probably gonna have the Demon just have one loss, and he's gonna go over. So with all that said, now we get to the main event of WrestleMania Night 2 and the main event of WrestleMania in general, because let's be honest, Night 2 is the main event.
Punk finally gets his main event that he's been crying about for years.
CM Punk versus Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. A lot has happened with this feud. A lot of back and forth. A lot of Punk with the promo of his life a couple Monday Night Raws ago. Some people, including my fellow co-host here, think it might have been his best promo. Punk has been, while Roman Reigns has not been in the same building at times, has been carrying this feud with his promos, and they've had some back and forths. And I think Roman Reigns, for the most part, has held his own, except that old comment. We both agree that was a little little off.
Yeah.
But this, you know, on Monday Night Raw, he had a great promo in the beginning, Roman Reigns, showing the hypocrisy of CM Punk. And I thought that was really, really good. And I'm happy they did that. I would have liked that to be in the ring live, but maybe it was better for Roman that it was in that type of space where it was a promo where, you know, this message has been brought to you by your tribal chief. I thought it was clever, and it cast some doubt on how righteous CM Punk is. And I thought that was a pretty good call out there. But then later on, CM Punk and Roman Reigns face off, and much to a lot of people's surprise, CM Punk, what's the term today? Glaze. He has a promo that basically glazes the unholy hell out of Roman Reigns, saying that he respects him and that he almost, you know, he wishes he was in his position and he had to fight for everything he had, but he really respects Roman. He apologizes, and you know, let's just have a nice hug out, and the whole screen freezes and it's like da 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 da, and like everything is like all great, and you know, that's what it came across at one time. But, you know, and then Roman is like, I respect you. Like, it was just almost like a very tense, like, hug it out moment, kind of. But I feel like I feel like this match is the true main event. It's been handled really well. I was excited for this match from the jump when it became official. And I think Roman Reigns and CM Punk are going to throw a hell of a main event. And I'm just excited that in this match, I can honestly say I am cool with either one winning in this match. If I had to pick, it would be Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns gets his title. Roman Reigns gets the championship back. He get, like, not to say that it hasn't had that prestige, because Seth Rollins gave it that prestige. CM Punk has been a fighting champion, paying homage to the great Bret Hart, defending the championship on Monday Night Raw and all that. But as I said with Roman Reigns, there's a reason why those OTC chants keep coming when Punk's going off. And that's because to a lot of people, Roman Reigns has been the guy, especially for the first half of the 2020s. He carried with that storyline, and he has a lot of goodwill from that storyline. And he's about to be in movies. He's the guy. He's the guy, whether we like it, whether people like it or not. And so he's going to walk. I think he's going to walk away as champion. However, if Punk retains, I would not be mad about it at all. So that's just how I feel.
I can't agree with it. More of what you said, basically. I will say this. The promo last Monday night was very, caught everyone off guard, I think, including Roman. I liked it, though, because it was different. No one expected it. It was like he was basically saying, I hate you because I respect you so much, because I want it to be you. I want to be in as fortunate situations you are in, and I wanted that long title run. I never got that. So I think it was Punk's way of saying it. This feud has never been about hate for me. It's always been about respect. Mm-hmm. And now, did that lower Roman's guard? It sure did. But is this Roman lulling Punk into a false sense of security? Mm-hmm. We'll see.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a great match. The build, like I said, the build has been awesome. I wouldn't be mad if either one person won. I'm personally pulling for Punk.
To retain. You want Punk to retain.
But if he doesn't, Roman, great. Let's just start Roman. Let's start the big reign again for another 100,000 days. Why not? I don't know if they're ever going to.
We have been saying that he is due. We said this a couple years ago, actually. We've talked about this. Roman Reigns still, we were wondering if he was going to have the big face run. He was a heel, remember, for a good long time. And he hasn't had the big, check mark, everyone organic overness. Let's add that mega face run with a championship that all the greats had, that The Rock had, that Austin had, that Cena had, that Hogan had, that all those faces of the company, the Bretts, the HBKs. Like he had a title reigns, but it was different because the big dog Roman is far and away a ways away from Tribal Chief Roman. and OTC Roman. Let's be honest here. That's the Roman that everyone's gonna remember. Shield Roman, OTC Tribal Chief Roman. The big dog Roman was going to be a far third. Let's just be honest here. That offends people. It is what it is. That's just the facts.
No offense taken here.
Yeah. So, he still hasn't had, this would be his big face run with the championship if he wins. So, which we said was inevitable probably. So.
Right. And I don't expect any shenanigans in terms of outside interference in this match, which is great. We're going to get Roman Punk just as we wanted Orton and Cody to be. We're getting Roman Punk in that light, and that's fine. If Roman were to win, the question I have is, how long is he going to stay around for? Because he's got all these things. He's going to have to promote Street Fighter.
Yep.
So I imagine he's going to be gone for like 3 Raws of the month, and he'll be show up once a month. And they may look at it like, oh, but him as a champion promoting Street Fighter with the belt. Hell, how about this? You have Cody the champion, Roman, and you both of them with the belts promoting Street Fighter. Very possible.
Oh man, I didn't think. Yeah,
very possible.
Happen. That's very possible.
Or maybe they're like, yeah, we don't need that. Neither of them had the belts. Who knows? I mean, it's TKO. If they're really calling all the shots, who the hell knows? I mean,
good point.
But no, I honestly believe that no matter what happens in that match, it's gonna be good, and I can't wait for it. With that being said, I mean, where does this leave like the bloodline as a whole? Does a bloodline come back if Roman wins and dominate? I mean, you already got the Usos with the belts.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point, and he would, the tribal chief would be back on his throne, and we got a WrestleMania next year that has a lot of investment in it and possible contractual obligations on who they want to main event, that event, and certain guy who hasn't been on TV for a bit, who's always rumored because you can't quite you can't quite write him off because there's always hints. And when Jimmy Uso was talking about him, there was a big photo of his face with that eyebrow raised in the background, and other references to his time in the Attitude Era a couple weeks ago. We'll see. You can't quite. It's, what do we say? Like 98% chance it doesn't happen, but you can't. It's like a 2% chance that like it could, because you can't quite write it off.
Correct.
So if anything happens, look out for after Roman Reigns wins, possibly.
Right. And let me just set the stage.
But unlikely.
Let me set the picture for you if this does go down. I foresee it going like this. Roman wins. He celebrates. Maybe a bunch of the Samoans, like Usos, all of them come out and they're all celebrating with them. No Rock. All right, whatever. Next night on Monday night, they're in the ring again. Roman's celebrating. They all come out. They're celebrating. All of a sudden, The Rock comes out. And here's the thing. I love that face that Roman makes when he's disgusted at somebody like that. Yeah. Really? So he makes that face when The Rock comes out, and The Rock's befuddled, like, I'm here to congratulate you. You couldn't come down last night and congratulate me.
Right.
And then they start the whole storyline to build up the Mania that way. They could also do it at WrestleMania when Rock comes out at the end and just says, hey, me and you next year. That's it. They did They did it with Cena and him. Could do it with him.
Yep.
Or what if Roman were to lose, and then The Rock comes out and says,
"You failed me.
You failed me, and I'm the final boss. And now I'm going to teach you a lesson next year at WrestleMania." You can go anywhere.
I love the fantasy booking, man.
Yeah, I
know. But we both agree. We're fine with whoever wins. I lean Roman. You lean Punk. Let's see how it all shakes out. And WrestleMania is gonna. I know the buildup has been very shaky for a lot of people, but when looking at this card as we just did and going down top to bottom, there's definitely matches that could definitely, be stand out and just be great performances all around. So want to do a quick little round robin here. Who do we think is going to have the match? Which match do we think is going to steal the show? So
steal the show?
Yeah, steal the show. What match do you think is going to steal the show? Have people talking that we might not expect. Elevate more than we think it probably will.
Liv and Stephanie.
Damn, that's mine.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. All right.
Yeah.
So I guess, damn. All right. I guess I might have to come up with another one. But Liv and Stephanie. That's what I think. Yeah. Go ahead. Why do you think so? If there's anything else you want to add than what we said before,
just because of the build up, and
Yeah.
I feel like Liv has come a long way, and Stephanie can work in the ring. I think it's gonna be a great match. It
has the ingredients
The
to go to
emotional
another
connections there.
yeah.
The story's there. Everything is there. They just got to execute the wrestling and put on a 15, 20-minute banger classic match.
Yeah.
I think
and
they
forth.
can do it.
The ingredients, I think the ingredients are there for that to be like, yeah. Now, in terms of like a shocker that would maybe get people's attention, I think that if Jade and Rhea like surpasses people's expectations, I think that would pay
Not gonna happen.
that would pay dividends. But
Not gonna
But
happen.
we both agree it's lit. You know, I didn't expect you to say that. It's definitely Liv and Steph for me. And we were talking about this. Cody Rhodes made some waves talking about his favorite greatest WrestleMania wrestlers of all time. And he gave a top 5 out that, I know pissed off a certain portion of WWE fans because he left out a certain phenom from his top 5. And
It's his list. He can do whatever he wants.
It's his list, right?
This is the thing. This thing's so subjective sometimes, and people just can't get all bent out of shape.
Right.
I think we're both in agreement that ours would be Rock, Austin, HBK, without a doubt. Now the other two, we might have a little disagreement with, possibly.
So I said Hogan has to be on there, whether you
I
like
agree.
him or not. I understand everything. I get it. Totally get it. 10,000 times. But looking at it, I look at it in terms of like match quality and impact.
WrestleMania 3, Slam and Andre. That's it.
Just like there's no
that's all I need to know.
WrestleMania without
Austin
the name.
Rock or Hogan Rock.
Yeah. So
When I was at, great.
so he's on there for me, and obviously Taker. So
Okay, so you said Taker too. So yeah, I say Taker. So we're on the line there.
there's some honorable mentions.
Give your top three honorable mentions. I'll give you my top 3.
Randy Savage, you can argue for like 6 straight Manias. He had an amazing match. WrestleMania 3, a classic against Steamboat. WrestleMania 4, he wins the championship in the tournament against Teddy DiBiase. WrestleMania 5, the Mega Powers collide. WrestleMania 6, he does his thing at WrestleMania 6. The match escapes me right now, so I'll have to circle back about that. But I'm rolling right now. WrestleMania 7, he goes and takes on Ultimate Warrior and in a retirement match, and it's a classic match. WrestleMania 8, he takes on Ric Flair. That's a hell of a fucking run. And that match against Ric Flair is one of my favorite WrestleMania matches, actually. So that man was just cooking for WrestleMania after WrestleMania after WrestleMania. So he is a strong honorable mention for me. Bret Hart is up there as well. He had the classic against Owen Hart, and then he won the championship that same night against Yokozuna. The Iron Man match against HBK, and his WrestleMania 13 match against Austin, which defined an entire era of wrestling that is still echoed to this day. So that's 2. Man, Roman Reigns, because of the sheer amount of WrestleMania main events he's had, the first half, but like the latter half, especially with WrestleMania 40, WrestleMania 39, and I'm expecting this upcoming WrestleMania. In the modern era, he's definitely been, like, for better or worse, kind of like the modern era face of WrestleMania in that regard. Just the sheer amount of main events, some good, some bad, some really good. So that's my top 3 honorable mentions there.
Okay, well, I was gonna say Roman, so I guess we're in agreement there. But I'm gonna say Triple H. I mean, he's been in some pivotal WrestleManias.
This is tough, y'all. This is not easy.
Undertaker, he's had a classic trilogy feud with him, basically. But I mean, a lot of people don't remember the first one because it was so much further back than the last the back-to-back.
Right, it was a long time ago. Yeah,
everyone. I think some people actually thought Triple H was going to win the last one with Undertaker because of the storyline, and it didn't happen. So,
right,
and then he's been in a ton of other WrestleMania 2000, whether you like it or not. He was the first heel to ever win WrestleMania. That's historic right there.
First heel to leave the championship at WrestleMania. Yep.
He had one with Cena. He put Cena on the map, tapping out to Cena.
Classic triple threat match. Launched Batista. Man,
Yeah.
good triple threat match.
Yep.
Good. The match against he won the match against Jericho at WrestleMania X8. Even though we all agree it shouldn't have main evented, but that's not, it is what it is. But he still had it was a title match. I get it. Versus Randy Orton. Great storyline. Probably the best. Probably one of the best leading up to WrestleMania storylines that they ever did. The match didn't click. And unfortunately, that same card, you had Taker versus, HBK.
That's why it didn't click.
Bad luck of the draw. But good point. Triple H's his match against Daniel Bryan in WrestleMania 30. It's tough. He's. And then if you're asking me for a third, this is where it gets tough because I'm trying to, I'm racking my brain thinking like, when you hear WrestleMania, what's synonymous at WrestleMania when you hear the name WrestleMania? And honestly, there's so many different people. Mm-hmm.
But when I think of wrestling, I think of Kurt Angle.
Okay.
Kurt Angle, HBK had a great match.
Yes, that's true. The triple threat match against Mysterio and Orton.
Yep.
That's true. Fair point. Brock Lesnar, that launched the Ruthless Aggression era.
Exactly.
That's
some people might even said Brock Lesnar. I was leaning maybe towards Brock Lesnar too. So it's tough.
With the streak, breaking the streak.
That's iconic, break the streak.
Whether people like it or not, it is.
He's beat Roman, and it's
with 5 F5s.
Yeah, I mean, so
he's about to take on Oba. That's fair.
Yeah. So okay, so I'll give you Brock too because you got Roman. So it was Brock, Triple H. Oh, Angle.
Brock Triple H Angle. You mentioned you were going to consider Roman. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's my honorable mentions.
Okay. So there we go. Road to WrestleMania. It's going to be. We're all going to be talking about we're all going to be talking about the event. Anytime WrestleMania is our Super Bowl. It's wrestling fans' Super Bowl. It's so many events. For y'all that are out in Vegas, we were out there last year. It's have a great time. To people experiencing their first WrestleMania event, enjoy it. We know that we have complained about the prices, but those who have had the privilege of being able to get there through whatever means they've been able to get there, enjoy yourselves. It's an amazing time. There's so many events. There's so many opportunities to meet cool people, meet great fans, catch the buzz, catch the vibes, catch the city, and all that. And just we were fortunate enough to go through our little run of WrestleManias, and this one we will not be at this one, but we certainly plan on being at others. So we hope that everyone enjoys the show, and thank you all for watching us and for listening to us. And as y'all can see, we are making moves. We're leveling up for this special episode, this special occasion. We have more guests coming through in the coming weeks and months. And thank you all very much. And do you have anything else to say, Brando?
Follow us on the Wrestling Crew on Instagram, and maybe look out for us to do the little live pop-ins during Mania. Maybe.
Yep.
We'll be posting reactions, maybe live from the party we're at.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just tune in, and we have some really exciting things coming down the pike in the next couple months, and we'll be back on the show. I think, next week to talk about the reaction.
Follow up. Yep. Post-Mania show coming up as well. So thank you all very much. Pro wrestling is life. Enjoy Mania. Enjoy our event. Enjoy the event made for us wrestling fans. Have a damn good time. Be safe. And Chris Brandau and Just JB, a.k.a. Goldhead, out. Thank you all very much. Have a good one.